Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Nier Reincarnation, we have a new banner for Automata and Replicant. Let's look at the new characters, and then we'll also look at the old banners and the buffs, and then we'll also talk about the handout 3-star exchange stuff as well. Lots to talk about, so we'll be brief. I was thinking about making my usual chart, but there's just so many characters that we'll just look at them one by one. Okay, but first we have Nier and 2B here. And then when I do overviews of banners, I like to think about it from a brand new player's perspective. Would this be a good banner to start a new account on? And I'll say yes, but it's a little bit unbalanced. It kind of reminds me of the Persona banner. Two very strong attackers without like support characters or tanks, however. Attackers are still the most important thing in the game, so you can't go wrong with these two. But you will need to get more stuff in the future. And then, people are wondering if there's going to be a second or even a third banner of this. I expect there to be a second one. Give that maybe an 85% chance, which is not 100. There is a chance that this is it. As for a third banner, I do not expect it. I would say there's a 25% chance of a third banner. But we do have the precedence from the anniversary where they released 2 banners with 3 characters each, which was very surprising. But yeah, there might be a third banner. And yes, that does not add up to 100% because both of those things can happen. Alrighty, but let's look at these 2 characters. Here is Nier, the World Ender. I really want him, but in my global account here, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but I skip all collaboration characters. I don't have any 4 stars. And then in my JP account, still doing the Abyssal Challenge, so sadly, gotta skip this. But he looks really cool, really good. Stats are solid, except for attack, which is a teeny bit low compared to the recent releases. And then this is also Awakening 5 and then level 100, so yeah, it's a little bit inflated. But character skill, 5 hits, that's very nice for subjugations. Defense break, also good for subjugations. And then wind imperil, raise the damage from wind attacks. So, even at Awakening 0, you know, he would be useful as a support character to get more damage from the other guys. And then, this is crazy, agility up 50% for 60 seconds. That is now the highest in the game. There are a handful of other characters with like 40 or 30, but 50, he's the only one, so it will be very easy to get him out first, in Arena in particular, and maybe snipe somebody down. But just because he is now the fastest in the game, doesn't mean that all of those other slower ones are unusable. I just think it's going to raise the importance of sniping down one guy in the beginning. Okay, then we have this, also pretty crazy. All allies with the same affinity, so wind, will get school cooldown time down. Up to now, there have been debris that can do this, which have been pretty rare and difficult to get, but this is just built into the character. So yeah, for this, and then all of the other abilities, and then the high stats, this banner here is kind of the most obvious show of power creep, which is why I can suggest this banner, just because these characters are so much stronger than everything that's come before. But yeah, you think about like who else is good? Wind units in Arena. There's New Year's Yuri. There's Bloodless Demas. Finally got his name right. So yeah, if you compare them with this guy, you're gonna have a very fast team. And yeah, Nier here, he's gonna have both the fast agility and the fast cooldown, so it's gonna be pretty scary. I think all Arena teams from now, they need to consider going against him and then having some kind of plan to go against him. And then with third Awakening, which means 4 pulls in all, damage up on attacks of 3 hits or more. If you want to use him as an attacker, which is what I really think you want to use him as, especially in Arena, then you're going to want this third Awakening. I think the max potential like damage, you know, is going to be higher from Bloodless Demas, but I think this Nier here is going to be a more reliable source of damage because fewer hits are needed. But yeah, really good. I would go for this character if I didn't have my no collaboration rule. Alright, and then his debris. Agility at 15%, that's nice. There's no demerit on it, like, you know, attack down or limited time or whatever, so yeah. Okay, and then his weapon. This is very good. High attack. You got the 14 and 15-second skills, and then the usual agility up, and then wind boon, so very nice weapon. Okay, next we have 2B. She has top class attack, unlike Nier. And we'll look at her character skill. 4 hits, not 5 hits, so that is a demerit, but very high multiplier. And then if she has max HP, I think she has the highest multiplier in the game, so very, very strong. Maintaining that HP is going to be a little bit tricky, but it is doable, especially in Wave 2 of Subjugations, where you can kind of change the enemy targeting. If you use her in Tower and you want to maximize her damage, pair her with healers, that kind of a thing. So maybe a little finicky, but good damage. And then you can use her in or against any element. So this would be a nice character for a new account, to be able to go to all elements. Okay, passive here. Attack up 25%. That's higher than the 20 or 15 from before. So yeah, we are seeing the power creep. And then her too, she has the cooldown haste for the party. So we think of other water arena attackers, like Fractured Noel, or Anniversary Marie, Christmas Gale. So yeah, lots of interesting partners for 2B here. And then Bold Vigor, damage up 30% when HP is above 70%. More power creep here. Typically it's damage up 20%, but yeah, more. And then if you do want to use her as an attacker, I think you want this Awakening 3 as well. So kind of a strict design. Like Anniversary Yuri, who often gets compared to this 2B, she does great damage without her third Awakening. But I feel like with 2B it's a little bit more necessary. And then their banners, you know, they're a little bit more strict as well. They have the 200 shard exchange ceiling, and then there are no guaranteed gets, there's no step up. But I believe you can combine the free and then the paid shards here. Yeah, we can see there's only the one, so you can pull half, you know, with free gems, whatever you get from quests, and then you can like make it up with paid, and then be able to use them together. Okay, and then 2B's debris is attack up 15%. That's nice. That's always nice to have. And then her sword, very high attack for a short sword. Let's see. This is strong, but pretty slow. And okay, self-heal, interesting. Attack up 15%, fine. And then cooldown haste. Yeah, this is okay. It's okay. So yeah, I think this is a fine banner to do a new account on. But chances are we will be getting more, so maybe save some for after this. Okay, next let's look at Nier Automata here. This is the first one. These characters have not aged super well. They've all gotten buffs. 2B here. With the new 2B, I don't know, it's hard to recommend this one. 9S, yeah, he got some support stuff from a buff last year. But actually, the 3-star version of 9S I could recommend. I think he actually has a better attack value, better character skill. So I would strongly consider that. Maybe the best of the bunch here is A2 with a recent buff. But very high multiplier on her character skill when equipped with a fire weapon. I think she's one of the top picks in Subjugations as a fire element attacker. None of their weapons are very special, so yeah, I don't think anybody needs to pull this banner. If you have A2 already, you know, feel free to use her, but I don't think anybody needs to pull for her. Okay, here, this is maybe more interesting. We got 2P, who also got a buff, similar to A2, so she is a more kind of viable Subjugations choice. And then her character skill is 5 hits, so that might make her interesting for Wave 1 of Subjugations. And then her sword was pretty good, if I remember. Theo, we have one of the few non-staff healers. But I wouldn't go out of your way to get this. If you have, like, Priet, one of the healing versions there, that might be good enough. We'll talk about Priet later. And then A2, she also has the limited time agility for Arena, but only 30%. I have not seen her in a while. This one, too, I don't think anybody needs to specifically pull for, but if you had 2P lying around, you could use her buffed. And then we have the old Replicant banner. I think the only thing of note here is Emil's staff, which has a heal on it. But there again, there's the 3-star wind healing staff, so yeah, I think this one is skippable too. Kaina here, she is another candidate for where using the 3-star is maybe preferable. She's actually a decent attacker. There is like a secret fish boss. I've seen the 3-star version of Kaina defeat that with her attacks, so yeah. Maybe look into awakening that. Oh, and then Nier, he got some buffs as well. We can talk about him real quick. Let's see. Increased critical rate for allies, 20%. I would rather that he buffed the critical damage. And then also buff attack for the party, so that's cool. So yeah, in all of these banners, I think you can skip them all, except for the Nier one. This one's pretty good. Okay, next, let's talk about the buffs, finally. Oh, alright, here we have one Theo. This was kind of strange timing, because her character is not getting a revival. Her gauge level was upgraded to B, so it will charge more quickly, and then recover 40% HP. That's the same as the buffed Abstract F66X, which is very cool. And then cure the status ailment. So that's kind of a nice niche there. She's always had low HP. I've used her a lot, and then she has kind of a semi-high chance of going down, but she is very useful. She also got the agility up for the party. I don't know if anybody would use her for Arena, but we'll see. Maybe somebody will surprise me. Alrighty, and then we have Abstract Griff here. His character skill was also upgraded, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity. He will inflict burn now, which is amazing. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, maybe I can use him like Abstract 063Y with his poison character skill. Very useful for high difficulty PvE. But it's only usable if he is equipped with a fire weapon. And at that point, you might as well use an actual like beefy character like Dark Memory Leon, and then give him one of the multitude of fire weapons with a burn on it. So yeah, that's too bad for Griff here. But the multiple kind of attack buffs that he has is nice, and I've always preferred him to Lacrima Griff as a attack buffer, because he will actually hit the guys. That can help you in subjugations get closer to knockdown. Okay, then let's end with Priet. I think this is the last one. Her character skill got upgraded to where it now heals the party when Owen Affinity is water. This is great. This is good for high difficulty PvE. The 20% heals, not as much as 30 or 40, but you combine that with the Provoke. I think this could be pretty good at keeping your party alive. And I think that will do it for this video. Let's zoom in on Nier here, and let's see if the auto thumbnail generator picks this up. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.